Good morning, everybody. As you probably know, my channel's aimed towards the 40s, 50s and beyond who want to start training or are indeed training and having difficulty with injuries and niggling problems like we all get. So the big question is, should we grow old gracefully? Damn right we should, but what does that mean? To me, what it means is grow old the best version of yourself, not grow old gracefully, let everything hang out and fall to pieces like many people think. And the best way you can do that is by basic weight training and solid nutrition. So follow my channel for all the tips and advice with my 40 years experience in the game. Forget all the scientific jargon, reps in reserve, deload week, and all the buzzwords that these scientific coaches are trying to put across to clients to make themselves sound basically intelligent. It's not rocket science. At our age, simplicity and effective training is where you need to be, coupled with good nutrition and sensible rest periods and approach to training. So we're going to address that right here today. First of all, we're going to go through what split routine or what routine you should be following. Okay, training split. Push pull legs, row split, upper lower. There's so many different variants floating around and there's a case to be said for everyone. But if you're starting off, then basically what I would advise is a 3-day-a-week full body light workout to get your body accustomed to training. Because if you dive straight in with a split routine or push-pull legs, you're going to hurt and you'll probably never want to go into a gym again. So a gentle, I say gentle, we'll probably work about 60% of your maximum full body workout 3 times a week, and then it's rest for the rest of the week. Nutrition. I get many messages from beginners asking to give them a plan, totally change their lifestyle, blah blah blah. But realistically, the first step is to cut out the crap. Most people who want to start training are out of shape and their eating habits and drinking habits are, let's just say, a little bit crap. So what I usually say to people is consciously write down your diet and drinking habits, then chip away at it. Cut down your drink by 50%. Cut out your snacking in between meals, write down what you're eating, and then you'll soon see where you're going wrong, and definitely soon you will make improvements. Then after that, you can get more specifically into carbs, protein, and fat ratios. But again, don't bombard your brain with information straight off that will put you off training because you think it's too hard to prep. So basically, just clean up your diet, cut down your alcohol, and be more sensible of what you put in your mouth. Don't expect results to come in weeks. If you've taken 10, 20 years to get out of shape, expect to take a year or two to get into some decent shape, and that's the reality of it. Don't listen to a coach that said he can do it in 4 or 5 weeks or whatever. It won't. You'll feel better. It takes a few weeks to start feeling better, but to get results, it's going to take you years. But if you think about it, it took you 20 years to get out of shape. So that's a pretty good trade-off, I think, don't you? Don't compare yourself to others for unrealistic results. Sure, get some inspiration from other people that are at your same age, but don't compare yourself to them and be disheartened because you don't look like them, because they've been doing it for many, many years. More to the point, use that as a reference of what you can look like if you take the time and effort and consistency to achieve that goal. So use them more like a mentor rather than to drive you into depression because you don't look like them. I started training after school when I was a fat, short lad, never got picked for any teams or sport, so I decided to do something at home. I started very simple with a barbell and dumbbells in a bedroom, watching the Arnold pumping iron video every night. Now, I didn't have anybody judging me. I didn't have any mirrors. When I did go to a gym, which took me 2 years to go to, I had to get my mate to come with me. People in the gym were saying, "You're in good shape. How long you been training?" I was totally unaware of how I looked in the mirror or anything. To me, I was still that fat kid. And to some extent, I still am in my mind, but that's what drives you forward. But don't let it beat you down. What I'm saying is, where you're at now, you'll be completely different in a year or two. So never think you can't change. Never limit yourself to any standard, because you can transform yourself amazingly if you do it properly. Like I say, correct exercise, correct nutrition, correct form, and correct rest. And above all time, consistency and time. Aches and pains and injuries is a major factor as you get your 40s and 50s. Me personally, I've got lower back. Not sure what it is yet, but I know it contributed from years of heavy squatting. I've had a hernia. I've got a small hernia which needs addressing, but I still train and adapt around that. So whatever your, let's not say disability, let's say limiting factors can be addressed and, sorry, the dog's pulling me, and can be modified for your benefit. So never think you're not in the group that can improve because you've got limiting factors. We've all got those. We're aging. It's a part of aging, but we can not reverse the aging process. We can slow it down and indeed, again, be the best version at our age. Be that 5% in your age group of the elite, looking and feeling physically and mentally a lot better. It's easy to sit down and do nothing. That's like 90% of the country when they hit their 50s with a dad bod saying, "I used to do this," or "I'm too old to do that." That's not you. If you're looking to join a gym but are a bit nervous and apprehensive, then basically buddy up with someone. Take someone with the same like-minded goals and go with them. It's a lot easier with a friend and more fun, and you can have a little bit of banter and a little bit of friendly competition that'll push you on your way to your goals. So yeah, get someone else who's like-minded and willing to go along with you. Like mentioned before, start your journey gently. Do what I'm doing. Get some steps in. Go and walk the dog. 10,000 steps a day. Especially on a beautiful morning like this, you won't even feel like it's exercise, but you're burning calories and you're mobilizing the joints, which is very important at our age. This channel is here for you, to help you overcome the goals, well, not goals, obstacles to achieve your goals that I've experienced over the last 40 years. So I will share my experience and knowledge. Message me in the comments below if you have any queries, and hopefully I can be of some assistance to you. Hope you have a great day. DM me with any queries and get training, guys.